Hello everyone, welcome back on the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about Camellya. She just released yesterday, and I'm going to go over all her kits, what her best teams, her talents, her weapons, etc. What's her best build, and I hope I can give you all the tips to play her the best way possible, give you the best tools to maximize her DPS. And yeah, if you have any questions after watching this video, please feel free to ask in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, it will help me a lot. Feel free to join the Discord if you need help as well with tower adversity. I sometimes do viewers tower adversity if you guys are struggling with the last stars. And even though you have good teams, I try to do my best to get you the remaining stars. And yeah, I really like Camellya. I think she's great. So hope you enjoy the video and yeah, take care.
My seed of fate.
I think for weapons, like either the event weapon is pretty good on her, or standard weapon is also very good on her. Honestly, I don't think you need to use anything else. Like her weapon is broken, but I think standard or the event weapon is fine. You don't necessarily need to pull for a weapon, even though, like, of course it's the best option. For the echoes, apparently I'm not gonna test it because personally I don't want to farm this set. I probably have like a decent amount of 3 costs with Havoc main stat, but if it rolls shit, I'm cooked, basically. No, actually, I don't even have that many. I only have a few. But like, apparently the attack set is slightly better because she gets a lot of elemental damage bonus in her kit. Like, she gains 15 here, 15 here. So yeah, overall, she gets a lot of elemental damage bonus, so you don't necessarily need to go Havoc set. But I think it's the most efficient to farm compared to the attack set, so I would recommend Havoc over attack because the attack set is kind of shit to farm, honestly. The attack set is just like you get a healing bonus, which is like you don't really need to farm healing bonus tacit fields. You can just farm in open world and you will get the stats most likely because you don't care about crit or main stat almost. And then the other one is Spectral, but other than Jinxie, no one uses Spectral, so yeah. I don't think it's worth it. For the echoes though, I mean maybe attack main stat on one of the 3 costs could be better than Havoc if you go Havoc instead of attack as well. But otherwise, I mean, just go Havoc. It's also very good. And then for the 4 cost, I think it doesn't really matter too much. Dreamless is great because you can swap instantly. Otherwise, you can go Crownless and you can cancel the animation as well. So it's not really that big of a difference. I don't really see a big issue, honestly. I normally have Dreamless crit, Crownless crit, and 3 1-cost echoes. Honestly, I think with Camellya, 4-4-1-1-1 might... It could be better than 4-3-3-1-1. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. I don't think I will test it. I'm happy with this, but 4-4-1-1-1 can be potentially pretty good, especially if you get her signature weapon. Especially if you get her signature weapon, like you can probably go like a mix of attack or double crit, triple 1 cost or something like that. I think her build is more flexible if you have her signature. If you don't have her signature, I think classic build is better. But I'm not going to do TC or anything. Like, it's just like kind of how I feel. We can test later maybe, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like stress too much about what build you go for. If you don't have her signature, I think 4 attack or like full attack or full Havoc is fine. Like, is pretty similar. And you could go attack main stat on one of the 3 costs. And if you don't have, if you have her signature, like, it doesn't really matter. Your build can be pretty flexible, basically. If you can get some basic attack damage substat as well on your echoes, it's like kind of insane. Highly recommend, of course. Basic attack substat, always pretty insane. Like, just to give you like an example, I tried to solo right tower with Chisha. Solo Scar with Chisha on the right tower in this tower adversity, and I gave her my Chengli Echoes, but I have 0 basic attack substats. And And I compared my clear with some other Chisha who did solo clear with that had many, like, way more basic attack substats. And even with worse crit stats, the basic attack substat made like a huge difference with the overall DPS. So like basic attack is like a very good stat, depending of course on which character you get it on. But for Camellya, basic attack is like huge. If you can manage to get double crit and basic attack on all your echoes, it's gonna be crazy. And a little bit of energy is kind of comfortable. A little bit of energy is actually kind of comfortable. I'm kind of enjoying the 123. Can get my ult almost on cooldown after sweeping to her, so it's pretty good. And then for the talents, it's basically resonance skill first, forte second, resonance liberation third. But realistically, you should triple 10 all of them, or at least triple 9 all of them. I mean, like the three in the middle. I think intro skill is also pretty nice. I always recommend to level up intro skill. It's not like the priority talent, but since you always do your intro skill in every team rotations, like it's just free damage. So there's no reason not to level it up unless you're low on resources. You pull 2 red springs. Congrats, Chicken. Hey, enjoy. It's pretty nice. You have a returning event right now? I didn't see that. And then S1 is great. S2 is insane. S3 is also freaking crazy. And then, I mean, all her copies are, like, very insane. If you want to, like... If you don't want to, like, gig it well, I think S2 is, like, a good stopping point. It's really fucking good. It's really fucking good. The event weapon is good for, like, basically anyone. The event weapon is good for basically anyone. Gives you attack and crit rate, so... It's good for any sword user, basically. That DPS. Like, Dungeon can use it, Rover can use it, Camellya can use it. Pretty good. And I think her best team is 100% Sanhwa. I think her best team is, like, Camellya, Shorekeeper, Sanhwa is probably best Camellya team at the moment. You can replay Shorekeeper with Verena, makes your rotation a bit faster as well, which is pretty nice. But yeah, Shorekeeper is just more buffs overall. And then if you don't want to build Sanhwa, you could add, like, I don't know. I don't think there's really anything else very good for her, honestly. Sanhwa is just the best option. You could go Danjin. Danjin is also not too bad because she gives her outro skill gives Havoc damage 23%, which is not necessarily the worst for Camellya. So you could go Camellya, Shorekeeper, Danjin, or Camellya, Shorekeeper, Sanhwa. And then Shorekeeper can be replaced by Verena, but she's gonna be a little bit worse, I would say. Yeah, that's basically it. At Danjin, I mean, Danjin support capabilities doesn't matter, doesn't really... She gives a bit more attack at S6, but doesn't really do anything other than that. But at S6, she's really insane, yeah. I think for... Basically, she gives 20% attack and 28%, 23% Havoc damage to Camellya, which is pretty good. Is the free guy still better? I feel like he's easier to play, honestly. I feel like Shengli Yao is still the easiest character to play. And you can do quick swap with him and stuff like that, which I feel like overall DPS might be better with this team, but... Maybe Rover, since we could be more infield and Chengli could use her sword or the standard banner weapon. Wait, what did you mean, Og? Would Echo attack trigger sword passive? If so, Sanhwa with 4 cost Echo could trigger max stacks pretty easy. It says when you deal damage.
To Guild
Yo,
Hatch,
Winterleaf, thank you for the 18 months, a year and a half. Let's go. Wait, we got a free 80 chat. Let's go. Nice. I mean, it says gain 1 stack when dealing damage. I don't know if the echo works, but we can try afterwards. Can you get the sword already? But yeah, I think Sanwa with
一緒に遊びたい
Sanwa with Overture, and then it's just free, honestly. Like, you get her burst back, her liberation back instantly. You get her concerto energy back instantly. And you just quick swap really fast to Camellya after your setup. And you just gain free free 38 basic attack damage bonus. So 38% basic attack damage bonus. And if you have S6, you get an extra 10% attack. Stacking up to 2 times, so 20% attack, similar to Dungeon S6. And yeah, pretty good. Sanwa is just great. It is better, yeah, if you put Sanwa in the team, if you put any other sub DPS basically with your Camellya, usually energy set is going to be better, so... Okay, so let me recap the rotation real quick. Every time you want to start your fight with Shorekeeper and stack Shorekeeper's Concerto, okay? You want to be able to outro skill instantly after her ult. Basically, boom, into Sanwa. And then you use everything in Sanwa, same thing, you stack the Concerto. And then you want to intro skill into Camellya so you can ult and gain even more Concerto with the ult. So it's already half Concerto, basically. Then if you need to dodge, of course you dodge because the enemies are stinky and she's very vulnerable. Then you skill and then you keep spinning. And you keep spinning. Against certain enemy, like she's really great because she keeps flying, so she dodges everything basically. And then boom, you go to Shorekeeper at the end to get the intro skill on Shorekeeper as well. Also, Camellya's outro skill does a ton of damage. And then you just repeat that rotation. You can use Camellya's echo skill right before switching, of course. Most likely, as I said earlier, I would recommend Dreamless for easier rotation, but oh, I misplayed here, that's my bad. I would recommend Dreamless for easier rotations, but Crownless is technically going to be more damage. You gotta keep that in mind. And then here, intro skill again. And then that was a really fast clear, honestly. Like, not too bad at all, honestly. Boom. 1 minute 20, basically. And then it's dead. And then it's dead. Yeah, 1 minute 20. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. The great thing about this team as well, I mean, the great thing about Camellya as well is that after the first rotation, basically, you will almost always be in raid state after your intro. So, like, if you see the first rotation that I did, I entered the Camellya intro skill in white hair. And so I had to use my skill to get my red hair. But after the first rotation, on the second rotation, I'll have my red hair instantly. So, let me show you again. Boom, we stack. Give the outro. Boom. There's also some strat to do, like, so here I have my white hair, as you can tell. So you need to skill at the start to go into the sky to start flying and get your red hair. And there are some strats with Sanwa to, like... Yeah, I did my Dreamless here. There are some strats with Sanwa to do, like, her combo faster, but it's kind of tricky. I'll try to get better at it, but it's not really, like, it makes you gain, like, a second maybe, so it's not, like, crazy, but... And then here, second rotation. Boom. I'm already in red hair, as you can tell, with the burst animation, so you don't need to skill again, and you can just start spinning again. Instantly. It makes the second rotation actually so much faster as well. I didn't realize it earlier, so this is pretty good. And then beam, and then you can keep spinning non-stop. Also makes you deal more damage because depending on how much stack you use, you get more damage. And then that was actually like 15 seconds faster than the previous rotation. Pretty insane. Oh, I misplayed because I thought I could. Okay, we're blooming. 10 seconds faster. Boom. Pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, that's basically it for Camellya's rotation. Honestly, nothing too complicated, but you gotta be on point. But basically, it's just charge attack non-stop, and then skill when you have the super skill, and then outro skill when you can outro skill after you use all your DPS, and repeat. If you're playing Shorekeeper, your rotations are going to be a bit faster if you're not using Shorekeeper, because Shorekeeper needs to stack at least for the first rotation. But otherwise, pretty quick rotation, honestly. Camellya basically takes all the field time compared to like other teams like Chengli or Shengli Yao, where the rotations are much faster. Camellya's rotation are a little bit slower.
私と
I think once Camellya get a 5-star support that gives basic attack damage bonus, she's gonna be the best DPS, at least for now. If yeah,